Welcome everybody, it's RustyMoney here. This is a channel full of live streams, challenges, let's plays, and more. So I hope you enjoy this next creation. Welcome back everybody to another episode of Krusty's Homestead Survival Challenge with my version here on Ladyhill with your good friend RustyMoney. Well, we are here, gonna plow all of my fields into one to have a new field layout. But what I can tell you we have done off camera is on my property here, all of this area where the big grass field was. So if we go into our painting, let's just go into the landscape tool here. Come on. You can see all of this area here. I did this all into hay and put it in my TMR mixer. And then this field here was grass. And so was this field in the other corner. And we put that into the TMR mixer as just grass. Or I should say into the silage fermenters first to make silage, and then we'll put them into the TMR mixer. So currently in our production then, in this fermenting silo, we got 70,000 liters of grass now and 115,000 liters of silage. In the other one, we got 64,000 liters of grass and 80,000 liters of silage. And then in my TMR mixer, we have 245,000 liters of hay. And then I bought some mineral feed, which I had talked about in the last episode, and then got some silage moved here to the mixer, and got some straw too. And we haven't made any TMR yet. So what I'm gonna do then, like I said we're doing here, is we're gonna plow this area into one very big field because I want a new field layout for the year 2. I'm not too pleased with my current field layout. Okay, now my plowing isn't going the way I want it to go here. There we go. So we're gonna get this all plowed out and then move into December, and then in December you will see what the new field layouts look like. We're gonna join these all together, like I said, into one, and then we're gonna make new fields. Yeah, we're gonna make new fields. What else can I tell you? Can't think what else I can tell you right now. I've done some contracts off camera. Again, of course, just because I want to. So my money is 80,000. We have some nice production. We have some early flour produced for, you know, going to make bread and whatever else we might need to make. What else? Yeah, we have everything that we need in order to finish year 1. So I'm very happy with what is going on here. Now I'm really focused on trying to make my field cut out into one field here. Oh yeah, we got this little cutout here around our property. So we'll probably lose some of this edge right here, of course, because we got other places that need built yet. We do. We have other places that need built yet. So some of the field sizes are even gonna kind of shrink, probably. Because, see, now we can just leave it all on field creation because I got my outer edge kind of hashed out. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna lose some field size because we need to still, we still need other things to finish this challenge. A couple of things though. I'm not so sure if I'm gonna proceed like Crustu is and like a few others. So basically in like year 2 and 3 they're like demolishing their farm, kind of, per se, and rebuilding their farm. I'm not gonna do that. I just don't feel, I don't know, I don't feel like that's a homestead challenge, I guess. I don't know, that's just my opinion. I feel like whatever you have bought and placed, you shouldn't be able to, number one, um, well, you could sell it because, like in real life, you're gonna demolish it, right? But I don't feel like you should get your total value back for that project, you know? Yeah, maybe you can sell some of the wood after demolishing if you do it appropriately, because I know a few farmers here in real life that have, tore down some old barns and then they repurposed a lot of the good wood and made a deck around their house, or did other things with that new purposed wood, even built the framing for a new shed, even, or used it for the flooring, or whatever it be. But anyway, I just don't I don't think I'm gonna do that. So what I'm getting at is I might be selling some pieces on my farm, but I'm not going to give myself the total value back, I guess. Yeah, we'll just sell it for whatever it's worth. And I'm not even sure if I'm even going to sell anything. The other thing that I'm not going to probably do is I'm may install maybe one more chicken pen and possibly one more cow pen, but I'm not even sure about that. Leaning towards just one more chicken coop and no more cows. I really want to see what I can do just with the one cow pen I have. You know, what can we do? What could we accomplish? How close could we get to meeting the criteria by even giving our cattle better feed? So here in year 1, my cattle have been producing at like almost 90% with the feed I've been using, which is like a mix of, they have hay and silage. So they're getting a fair bit of productivity, actually. So now we're going to be giving them all straight TMR, but they're also still going to have some leftover hay and silage in the barn. So, yeah, we'll see. I haven't totally decided yet, everybody. As for greenhouses, I don't know how many more greenhouses I'm going to put down. I think potentially maybe 2. Hopefully just 1. Because there is some crops, I believe, especially in year 3, that are kind of gonna be kind of difficult as a console player to really accomplish in this kind of a challenge, because the harvesting equipment for it is like really expensive, and there's just no mods for more reasonable purchases. So yeah, but we just about got this all plowed into one huge field, which then is going to be divided down into a different layout. The fields are actually going to go this way that we're traveling now. They're going to go like what I would say like north and south, and then they'll all face north and south. Our fields won't be so much mixed with going across the property as well, like west to east. So yeah, I just feel like my crop yields on the fields I had just were not very attracting, and I really need to maybe potentially have better yields off my fields. The other thing is I gotta do rice. And I'm not sure about that. We might grow some of the crops out of a greenhouse because we can do that, but we'll see. We'll just see where we end up. I really don't know where we're gonna end up yet. I'm not gonna probably do any more beehives. We will stay with the 3 beehives I got, and whatever we end up with for honey, we end up with. What else can I tell you? We may put down another silo. I haven't decided that yet totally, or if we're actually gonna truly need another silo. That root crop silo is very helpful though. It holds 250,000 liters, and right now we've got over 80,000 liters of sugar beet in it, so that was kind of needed, really. Now I do know I've done quite a few contracts in this series, everybody, and some people might think that that's not so much of a homestead operation, but the thing is also back in the day people had to have ways to make money too, so you know, we got all small equipment. I mean, I got this little tiny 135 horsepower tractor. That's it, in a harvester for, you know, getting to and from. That's it. I've done everything with this little tractor. Everything that you see here has been done with this little 135 horsepower tractor. Okay, now let's get this in the shed, and we're gonna give it a good repair here while we got some decent money, and then we're gonna get into December. Let's drop our plow there. Let's go over to the local shop and get Mechanic Mike. Probably haven't heard that name before, right? Some of my viewers have heard that name before. Roleplay character of mine. We'll get Mechanic Mike to repair our tractor for us. Alright, let's get her all shined up and tuned up. Alright, what's this gonna cost us? Okay, repair 1,784, and repaint it again 3,574. Okay, we got ourselves like a brand new tractor. We got 75,000 now. We could use some more fuel in it. We got that at the farm. Alright, now with my big field, before I split it all up, well, maybe I don't even need to do it until I do split it up, because I need to figure out where I want to put the splits. We're gonna have to fertilize and lime the fields. But we should probably just do that little layout with you all so you can get the vision, right? With what we're gonna do, because some of this is gonna be part of it a grass field and some not. Alright, well, we've got a really good sized area there, but our fields are gonna go this way now, I think. That's what I'm gonna try and go for. That's what I'm thinking. The only thing I might do would be, yeah, we'll just go with that train of thought. We're gonna see how this will turn out. Okay, where do we want these to be? Okay, now the problem is they're gonna be different widths because we don't have like straight edges. So I think I'm gonna start like over here, and I think we're gonna go to like about right here maybe. So yeah, we'll see. Let's see what this looks like. We'll put grass down. We're not gonna do a real big area. Let's see. Let's change the shape of that and go down just like so. Okay. And I try and make this as straight as I can down to the bottom here. Okay. And that will go all the way down to the bottom. And then we'll do another field over here. That's a pretty decent sized field right there. And this is more level right here. So I might go a little thinner field right here for root crop maybe. Let's go like right here. And we'll take this one down. So we'll go about right there with that one. And then we'll split it again. Let's go right here. Let's try it right here. What's that look like? That's not too bad. And then we could have a pretty good sized field off to the side here. I think we're gonna try that, everybody, for year 2. So you can kinda get the vision there. We'll have 4 fields. Now the only thing that's gonna come into play is we might lose some crop at this top side here as we start to grow our area. But I think that's what I'm gonna try. We're gonna try that. One of these will be grass, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to do grass in this field here. And I'm going to go ahead and maybe seed that in here in November before we move into December, because that is the only time we can put grass in. I'm considering. We'll see. Okay, well, I'm gonna do that, everybody. I'm gonna get these all laid out. I'm gonna get them fertilized and limed here in November, and I think we'll finish out this episode here shortly, everybody, with you moving in December and ending our year 1. So we'll be back with you shortly. Hello everybody. Well, now we are into December, and I have my trailer mostly loaded here with our product to sell for the end of the year. And if we go into the flight mode here on console, you can see I have our 4 fields laid out now. and I got grass in this middle one planted. So I got that done and moved into December. But now I need to load up these tomatoes and go make our very first end of the year sales. We have 5 pallets of eggs, 5 pallets of strawberries, 5 pallets of lettuce, 5 pallets of tomatoes, and the whoops, I just accidentally put my tomato back in the shed. I walked the wrong direction. And we got to get our honey pallets on here, and we got to sell our milk and our beef cattle. Okay, let's get this other one on here. Our very first sales, so this should be good. Okay, get that on there, come on. Scoochie over. Let's strap it down. Okay, now let's get that other pallet back out of there. We got some extra pallets of eggs and stuff in there that we gotta sell too, but we're gonna sell the required amount first. Can I get up that high? Lift it that high, I mean. Let's see if we can lift it up that high. Just barely. Alright, let's put it right there. Strap. Okay, let's grab our honey. And we're gonna have to drive around to the other side, I think. But yeah, there we go. Our 5 tomato, 5 strawberries, 5 lettuce, 5 eggs. I didn't double stack on the eggs because I don't want to crush my eggs. That would not be good right before we sell them. Alright, let's get the honey on here. And we can maybe get the honey on the back of the trailer or clear at the top. We will take our 2 pallets. See if we can get it up on there. Get it up on there. Right there will work. Okay, so for our honey, we ended up with 2.5 pallets. Almost 3 pallets in this first year with just our 3 beehives. That proves to you how slow the production of honey is. And we've got 3 large beehives. Now, they all weren't placed at the same time. So a lot of this honey is probably off the one beehive that we had for a while. We'll leave that extra one there, but we'll take our 2 required ones. Let's fix our straps. Okay, let's go make our very first sales, everybody. Our honey, how come our honey didn't register on the trailer? Maybe because we got too much product on the trailer? That's weird. Okay, here we go for our first sales. See what we get. Now this is gonna sell really fast, everybody, because the trigger is kind of big. Here we go, we're selling. Man, look at that money. Oh wow, 67,000 off of all that, everybody. That's just insane. Okay, now we need to do our milk, and then we need to do our 2 beef cattle. So let's put our trailer right here for right now, because we don't necessarily need that right now. We'll go ahead and get our beef cattle sold. There we go. Alright, now we need to move to trailer. Okay, now we just have to sell the beef cattle. Those Holsteins we can keep because they produce our milk, and milk production can continue, but we have to sell our milk or move our milk that's in the barn here in December. So we're going to be doing both, but we've got two really big Black Angus here that we're going to go sell down at the livestock dealer and see what we can get for money off of this beef sale. And then we've got to move, well, we got to sell our milk. And this money is going to help us. We're going to have all kinds of money coming in, because we're going to try and buy a new tractor. That is one of the things. Plus we've got to get ready for the second year and make some changes to the little homestead farm. Also, I am going to, so we're supposed to kind of sell everything at the end of December. And, well, I saw Krusty was selling everything at the, like, just before midnight, kind of. But he didn't want to risk, you know, it jumping to January, so I can't remember exactly what time it was at night that he sold everything. Well, I just don't think that selling at 11 o'clock at night at a business is I don't know, the way I want to play it. So we're going to play this kind of like a business hour day, everybody. So whatever I have in production that's on pallets that needs to be sold will be sold before 5 p.m. in game time. Anything after 5 p.m. will become a part of the year 2 sales, because I just don't think that you should be selling it 11 o'clock at night. But it's just a game too, but it's just the way I want to play it. So that's what I am going to do. We're going to run it like a business hour, a business day. Now I believe we are going to the correct spot. The animal dealer is way down here. Now I could have just sold them from the farm, but I got my transport trailer and that's what I bought it for. So that is how we're going to do it in this part of my challenge, is we buy the cattle at the dealer and we transport them back to the dealer when they need sold. Alright, let's see what we get for these two beef cattle. Alright, select. And, oh, I don't want to buy. I want to, oh, we need to be in the other screen. There we go. Okay, sell. Looks like for $4,384. Okay, let's sell them. Sweet, we sold them. $4,384. That's nice. Okay. Now we can go sell some milk. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. That turned around here. I didn't remember there being an in and an out drive into the dealer. Okay, well, we're going to get back to the farm and we will buy something new for our milk sale. It's just going to be easier for milk sale because the tank I have I'm using for milk holds over 3,000 liters and I want to only sell 2,000 liters. Okay, now let's see here. I should have took a screenshot of selling our big trailer full of crops. I totally forgot. Okay, so we need some kind of barrel. What all holds 2,000? That holds 1,000. This holds a particular 2,000. Let's try this one. Main color. We'll just leave it like it is and buy it. Yeah, that holds only 2,000 liters. Now, what I don't know is, like, everybody else I've kind of noticed do this challenge, most of them are getting pallets of bottled milk, and I don't know what mod I may be missing, but maybe it's a mod I'm not too interested in. So that is probably why we're not getting bottled milk. Oh, I just drove through the hedge. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, now let's get our milk out of our barn. And our milk trigger should be right down here at the edge of the barn. Let's lower it and fill it up, and we'll show you what's in the barn there. So we have 4,287 liters of milk, basically, for year one. Okay, let's put 2,000 liters in there. Okay, we've got our milk. Okay, now let's go sell this load of milk. Okay, come on, sell for me. Are you kidding me? Oh no. I don't sell at the little market? Are you kidding? Welcome back, everybody. Well, I forgot that back on the one tile challenge on Calm Lands, I had this same problem. Well, what I had to do, everybody, is, as you can see here as I back up, you can see the tractor kind of gets down into a little hole. Well, we had to lower the ground, and on console I can't lower the ground all the way up to the actual structure itself, so I could only do up to the placement border. But now I can sell my milk because the trigger is lower into the ground. So in trying to figure this out, I had also bought this trailer for $1,000 to see if it would sell milk, and it wouldn't do anything. Other than I got my milk to transfer from that tank to this homemade tank. I got 1,000 liters of milk in here and 1,000 liters of milk in here. But we're going to sell that other tank, the trailer tank. So let's sell this first load of 1,000 liters, and we need to sell 2,000 liters. That's some nice income, $2,513. Okay, let's just drop that there, and then let's sell this one. Okay, everybody, I am back again. This recording of end of year one is very disappointing for myself. Just everything seems to be going wrong. So I'm gonna sell that tank that I moved milk with. Let's repaint it and sell it. Okay, and then what I had to do, everybody, was I had to do a workaround. I had to sell the other tanker full of milk, 1,000 liters, and then use Yos's farm pallet shop, and placed Yos's farm pallet shop over here off camera and gave me myself my 1,000 liters of milk back. So that's what this pallet is right here. So we're gonna pick it up and we're gonna go sell this. Hopefully this sells at the little market. Or then I gotta, oops, another problem. Well, I guess we run into the fence too, right? Okay, let's put this thing down. Man, I am about to, do like a game rage. Will this sell? Thank you. $2,110. All right. Now we are back to normal, I think, everybody. I'm running short on recording time. Apologies for these breaks in the recording. Ah, man, I'm just not satisfied. Hopefully we can end this recording here with the end of year sales. So I'm going to end it here again in a break of recording, everybody. We'll still got some to finish out the episode with, but I want to do a contract off camera, and we'll bring you back towards when I get the clock closer to 5 p.m. in December. Because remember, I want to do it by the business time. So we have everything sold, I believe. I can't remember about these cows, but I don't know what I'm going to do about those cows. But anyway, all right, there it is, everybody. We'll be back with you shortly for the end of December. All right, everybody. Well, it's just after 5 o'clock, and we are going to sell our excess productions, and I have deactivated all of the productions so they can't produce anymore right now. So we have 3,265 liters of eggs, another 6,000 liters of strawberries, another 5,000 liters of lettuce, 11,000 liters of mushrooms, and here we go to sell all of this. Wow, look at that money, honey. 56,000 plus another 4,000 that didn't sell right away. So we're up to $227,000, everybody. I still have quite a bit of stuff to load. Okay, so I'm gonna get the rest of this loaded from the storage shed here, and we'll bring you back for another sale. All right, here we are with another load. We got 6,000 liters of excess tomatoes, 5,000 liters of melons, 5,000 liters of watermelon, and another 665 liters of honey. Now remember, everybody, that these melons, we never sold any throughout the year, so it doesn't produce very many, and it was a small greenhouse. So here we go, selling. You can see we're in our hole. Alright, we might have to sell my melons somewhere else. They're not selling here. Oh, there they go. So we got another quite a bit. We're up to 259,000 now. Those melons sold for over 18,000, it looks like. That is great. Okay, now we have like apples, apple juice. left to load and sell, so we'll do that, and we'll be back with you. And we're going to try and place an object too before we finish the episode. All right, we have the apples from our little 4-tree apple orchard all loaded, and we still have another like what, 10 pallets over at the bale storage shed to load of apples, and then my apple juice. So let's get this sold, see what this gets us. Hopefully they sell here. Oh yeah, 82,000. Wow, okay, that is nice, everybody. Sorry, I bumped the mic there. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna load up the other load, everybody. We'll be right back. Alright, this should be the final load of sale for the end of our year 1. We have apple juice 14,000 liters and apples 10,000 liters. Let's sell this here. Apple juice sells really well, so this could be a really nice bit of money. 99,000. Okay, $441,000. Sweet. All right, to conclude this episode, everybody, I am going to buy some placeables and get those placed. But we got to get this out of the way, and I'm going to figure out where I'm going to put them, and we'll be back with you to do that. Well, we made it, everybody. The only thing left in the storage here is a little pallet of fertilizer. Now, one of the other things we were supposed to do was place down a solar power wind generator. And if you remember, we got our little propane generator behind our little market so the people can buy propane, but I also did solar power. And what I did was something kind of unique, and I like it. And the game save is still working. Hasn't not allowed me to load in yet, but I'm kind of surprised it's letting me do this. So let's take a look. I got my solar power up in a place where we can get all kind of breeze. You know, storage containers are well built, and I just thought, you know what? When you're on a little homestead, in a redneck homestead, you gotta build what you have, you know? Put it where you want it. So I thought, why not? Let's put it up there. Alright, well, the next thing we're gonna do then, everybody, and I went with 2 of them because they don't really pay very much. I think they only pay like $800 a piece a month or something like that. So it's pretty small. But now we are going to place a couple of other things before we move into January. The other thing I did do, everybody, was I did sell my chickens off so then we can start fresh. So all the chickens are gone. And then the only thing I haven't done is sell my Holsteins, because I believe we can keep those because milk production is kind of important. So I'm just going to keep them. And then this flower here that I have, it is going to get moved, but we need to place a couple of things first. All the productions, remember, are off right now. Nothing's active. The only other thing I can think of is this manure heap. My greenhouse over here that takes manure, I think, is colliding with that manure heap, and also Gaming Joy's silo and the cattle barn. All of the manure seems to be like getting deposited here. So I have like 22,000 liters of manure here, and that's not what's in the barn. What's in the barn is what I will show you now. There is, well, it does say, I guess, 22,000 liters. I thought it was less for some reason, but it's colliding, I believe, because the greenhouse that takes manure also is saying the same amount of manure, 22,000 liters. And then Gaming Joy's silo, our silo, information is saying the same thing as well. If we go down here to like manure, and where is it at here? Manure, 22,183. All right, well, now we're going to place some things, everybody. There might be a few little breaks in this ending of this recording. So you'll see me place the objects where I decide to place the objects, and we'll finish the episode. Alright, so I'm going to try and make this quick so I don't have to give so many breaks. But one of the things I want to do to get ready for the new year is we're going to have another chicken pen, and we're just going to go with the same one because I like it. It gives me another 150 chickens, and I'm not going to redesign my farm, everybody. I'm going to leave the farm the way it is. Not going to redesign it. Some people are selling everything and then redesigning their farmyard and giving themselves the full price back for each construction. All right, let's put this right here. Right there. Okay, that'll work. Then we've got chickens. Now, I want to get some more cows. So what I'm going to do, I think, is for cows, we're going to go with one of two things. Whoops. We are potentially going to go with... Come on. Oh, don't like how these menus work. They don't always register right away. On the cows, I think I'm gonna try and utilize my space, use it wisely. Actually, you know what? We might just do that. We might just put it right here. Take out part of my grass field. Yeah, I think that's what we're good to do. No, we're not going to go there. We're going to go back over here where I also had the thoughts of doing this, and I thought this was kind of unique because our pin flows with the ground, so it'll be kind of sloped, our cattle pin. Now let's get this here where I want it. I think we can go about, let's go about right there. Yeah, we're going to go about right there with this one. Do you want to customize? Oh, you can customize with this one. Yeah, why not? We could give ourselves a few extra cows. Yes. Let's do that. So we're going to go right on over to our kind of entrance to our to our farm. Take out part of this field. Let's go right there. Let's see if this gives us more than 20 cows. We'll go down here. Back over this way. I want to make sure we can see our pin here. Go right there. Right there. And then we'll go back up the hill here, I think. And we'll go back across, like so. Do you want to plant the pasture for cows? Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay, I like that. All right. Now, what we're going to do then is we are going to then put in our manure heap. Because I think we still can get manure from this one. Let's take a look in the menu. In our new cow polish manure, no manure heap nearby. Okay, so we can. Okay, so let's do that. We'll get one placed here. We'll probably go with the same one and see if we can fix our issues. We'll go with this one. And overlaps with the, oh, let's turn our settings on here so we can see things. Well, that shouldn't have been overlapping with anything. So I think we should still be able to do that. I think. God, I would think so. Because I don't want it back here, because I got some idea back there if it'll fit. Let's go right here. What if we go right here? Let's see. Okay, we're gonna go with it right there. Hopefully that will work. Okay, and then next thing. Okay. Thank you to my friend Jack Sarge. You have changed my direction. I'm not having like a change of heart, but I think we're just gonna follow what everybody else is doing. I think it's the smartest thing to do. So we are going to place down this here production, and hopefully I can get this to go where I want it, which is about right in here. And this is going to be kind of like Mrs. Money's business. She's going to work over here. And I think it's going to let me do it. Now what if we did it? I don't want those. Yeah, we're going to go about right in here, I think. Right here, let's go. Okay, and then we have that. Okay. Well, now, I think we should be able to pick up our flour then, everybody. Let's see, pick up our flour. And we should be able to move this flour over there to this location. Okay, sweet. All right. Well, I'm gonna get my flower moved, everybody. Just do some ground texturing fixing because of my layout of my fields, and we'll see you in January. So if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure you drop me a tasty treat on that like button, which is better known by myself as a crop battery and by you all people as delicious donut. Don't forget to leave us a comment in the comment section, and we'll see you all in the next one, everybody. Please share a box of donuts with all your friends and family by sharing the videos and live streams of the channel. We'll see you later. Have a good one. Thank you, everybody. Please like, subscribe, and comment.